Hey, good morning. We are at Yellow Creek State Park this morning, and I am excited because it's very cloudy today. Last night was very stormy, and the clouds really haven't gone yet. And I think it's supposed to be a little partly cloudy, which is nice. But I'm hoping to see a little bit of some fog or some mist that's coming up off the water, maybe, and see if I can capture that. But yeah, it's starting to get pretty light out, a little bit earlier than what I thought it was going to be, which surprised me with how cloudy it was going to be. So I'm going to get my bag and head to my first spot. The actual state park doesn't open until sunrise, so when I came by the entrance, all the gates were still locked up. So I'm going to kind of skirt the outside here and see what I can come up with, see if we can find a good composition. So I am super excited. I want to try getting a shot here, right here actually, where the leaves are kind of framing some of the water, some of the shot. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a attention, I guess. And then I'm going to head down this road a little bit. There are a couple little inlays like this where they have a couple picnic tables that I think I can get set up and shoot out to the water. But I'm not sure if you can tell. There is a little bit of mist coming back off of the landscape there, and I think it's really going to work well with some of the water shots that I'm hoping to get. I don't have polarizers or filters yet, but that is coming, and I think that's going to make a big impact on my photography because it seems like a lot of what I shoot is this water and very reflective surfaces. So that's on the list, slowly but surely. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is just so quiet. I mean, there's some birds, there's some bugs, chirping and stuff, but wow, it is just so quiet. I love it. Absolutely love it. I did just get some photos over my shoulder here. A lot of this thicker stuff kind of got in my way, so I don't know how good the shots will be, but I'll probably end up cropping a lot of what I got in order to kind of focus in and make a frame out of some of those branches. That's the goal, so we'll give that a shot and see how that works out for me. I am going to head down the road just a little bit of a hike, nothing major, to see if it opens up at all and I can kind of get in between some of these trees or branches and bushes. So that'll be next. Just so nice here. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, so I walked back a little bit down the road, and I'm going to turn around so I can show you what I'm looking at, but it completely opened up, and I think there's some serious potential here. There's a lot of these reflections, which are fine, but I think I can make something happen. So I'm still getting set up, but I'm actually having a problem because I just see so many different things. You know, every which way I look, it just looks like, oh yeah, I want to grab a photo of that. I want to grab a photo of that. You know, that would be a nice photo. I don't know if you can hear, there's like these bullfrogs in the background and they're talking to each other. But yeah, this is great. This is really great. I think without a polarizer or filters, some of this reflection right here is something I'm going to try and grab. And as you can see, it's still super overcast and cloudy, and I'm okay with that. I think it's going to be not too bad for some lighting without being too harsh. So, but some of these just sticks and things coming out of the water. There's some birds floating by. Every once in a while you'll get a fish jump. And if you think photographing lightning is hard, I can't even imagine a fish jumping. I think that would be difficult, but we'll see what we can do. I'm having a blast. You know, the light's still staying the same, kind of gray, real overcast, which is nice. But let me show you what I'm working with here. So I ended up switching. I put on the 45 to 150, and I'm trying to, let me see if I can zip around here. Trying to get a shot of the boathouse over here and some of the boats. And I think it looks kind of nice with the way that the landscape kind of tailors and cuts to it and some of the reflections. So that's my goal. Whether it works out or not, I'm not 100% sure yet. I think it's important to know your camera gear, and that's what part of this trip is. It's just kind of learning, experimenting, playing around with it, seeing how the files come out and what I can do with them in post. But boy, I'm loving being out. I've really missed this. This is pretty good stuff. Ooh, that is not a solid picnic table. Yikes. Maybe it's telling me I need to go on a diet. Wouldn't hurt. Wow. I don't know if you can see, but the clouds are starting to move a little bit over in this direction, and it just looks amazing. I mean, I can see the difference in the ripples and things in the water. It's really nice. So I'm taking a second, calming down a little bit because it was pretty fun. I did get a few images that I think I'm happy with. I'll find out later. But some of the reflection things that I've noticed are, I don't know if they're as sharp. And not because of the lens or the photo itself, but just the subtle ripples in the water make some of the reeds and grasses in the water a little soft looking. So I'm not sure what that's going to look like. So I'm excited to see what all these come up with in post. It's just, like I said, learning the camera, learning what images it takes. I love this process. It's so much fun. But this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I can't say that enough. So I'm going to take a break a little bit, just kind of sit and watch. I don't think I do that enough. I think I just jump right in and get too excited sometimes. So I got my granola bar and my coffee. I'm just going to take a look for a while. So I'm gonna pack it up and move soon. I think the park's officially open, and there are some places that I want to get to and do a little exploring before I gotta head out. But I almost had it. I was shooting on the tripod, and when I usually shoot on the tripod, I tend to have the timer on. So I set a 2-second timer. Try to avoid any camera shake or anything like that. And there was this bird that came through, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. And not even thinking, hit the shutter, and it's like beep, beep, snap. And it was just, by that point, way too gone. And so, amateur mistakes, I guess. But it's so fun. It's so fun. Yeah, the light's starting to get a little brighter, and I think the birds are being more active, and not a lot of wind at all, which is great. It's really keeping the ripples and things down, so the water is pretty calm. There are a few boats that came out, and I tried to grab a few shots of that as well. So this is just a great day. Absolutely great day. Whew. So even the short walk back to the car, I was just getting bit up. So they're definitely out in full force this morning. But I am going to head down the road a little bit, actually get into the actual park, and then see what I can come up with. I'm probably going to make a big loop. The way Yellow Creek works is you have kind of one way in, and then there's these little inlets that you can turn into to kind of get to the other side. But I'm going to make a very big loop all the way around outside. See what I can see if anything catches my eye right off the bat. I'm going to bug spray up and then see what we come up with. So there are a few more boats coming out onto the water, and I thought it would kind of be neat to get a little bit of excuse me, a little bit of street photography. Street in the middle of a state park. I don't know what that means, but just people maybe in action doing their thing. Not sure I'm comfortable taking pictures of people. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep you posted. But onward. Some of you may have noticed that I'm flying solo today. I don't have my photography buddy with me. And the reason for that is it's a state park. You have to keep your dog on a leash at all times. And that's just extremely complicated whenever I've got some video going and photography and tripods, and all I could imagine today would have been holding the leash and him wrapping himself up around the tripod, or wanting to jump in the water because he's such a water dog that it could have been interesting really quickly. Maybe made some good footage, but that's where he's at this morning. He's at home, so we'll probably get him out a little bit later today. But I did find a couple places. I did a big loop, like I said, and I'm really drawn to the water today, for better or for worse. But there are some little inlets that I can get into that I might try and take some photos from. And there are a few trails here, and I might hit those, but that might be another video. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So stay tuned, leave a like, follow, sub, and that way you don't miss out. But any comments or tips and tricks, those are always appreciated. So I'm gonna get to it. Gonna get myself set up at this spot. A couple nice little docks. I feel like every photographer needs, a nice dock portfolio. So it'll be interesting. I think there's some good shots here as well. So we'll see what we get into, get set up. Just started sprinkling a little bit of rain. So that doesn't really bother me, but might make for some little ripples and things on the surface of the water that's been so calm. So it might be kind of neat. We'll find out. But yeah, it's nice. I feel like I have this whole park to myself. Crazy. Really, really nice though. I mean, even just to do a little turn around here, some of these nice trees in the background with some nice straight lines would be kind of nice. Some of the branches and whatnot. Yeah, would have been really cool. But yeah, Cole would have been in this water for sure. So I think I'm gonna call it. It started raining harder, and I just got to the point where I was kind of looking around but not really taking photos. So more of that fact-finding research part of it. So there'll definitely be a part 2. I found a few interesting pieces and parts of things that I want to explore later. But for now, I'm gonna head back to the house. I'm gonna set up shop in the office and see what kind of photos I got. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It takes just a second just to click that button. If you like this, leave a like or leave some comments as far as what I can do better or any tips and tricks. But I do want to do a deep dive into the photos that I took and why I took them, what my thought process is a little bit. So be on the lookout for that video. It should be coming shortly. But until next time, take care, everybody.